Hey guys, Boingo here. Today we're going to be talking about multiplayer and why you would want to play it and how to play it correctly. We're going to go from basics to advanced all in this video, so it might be a little bit long. That's why I like to talk really fast, guys. I'm sorry. I'll try to slow way down so we can go ahead and catch up. I'll put more annotations, etc, etc. But today we're going to be talking about multiplayer.
None shall remember the names of those who do not fight.
Now, the standards for rating are pretty much about this. You will do 1 stars when you're a beginner, you're still on your Onion Knight class, and you don't really have much on you. Not really good with cards, nothing else, you're still learning. It's a good place to learn from higher ups that will use very powerful cards. You can go ahead and see which cards they use if you remember the name of the ability. Like Heavenly Strike, that's Shiva, and it's really powerful. So if you remember that, and you keep looking at what they're doing, you'll learn a lot from that. So it's always a good place to start off. 2-star is where you go if you have Onion Knight at max, or you have your actual job card maxed out, but your ability cards aren't even at like all 5-star or all 4-star. And then 3-star is where you go if you have all 5-star cards and your job is maxed out and you know how to play your role. That is how it's supposed to go, but currently, since there's a whole bunch of new players going in that are very uneducated, they just go to 3-star and try to get carried. Very stupid. So if you are planning to actually play multiplayer, you're planning to actually be good at the game, don't be that person. Go ahead and play where you're supposed to be at.
A rare chance. Best not let it slip away.
Now, some people actually primarily play multiplayer in this game. As soon as you finish the story, you've cleared the events, well, it's the only thing left to do. I mean, even if you've got a full stamina bar, you just go over to Palisades, gain 1 upgrade material, and then dip. And that's where everyone else goes. As soon as you finish everything in solo and you've topped yourself off, going into multiplayer and playing all day, every day is a normal thing to do. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do I even want to play multiplayer? It seems really boring, really static. It doesn't really seem like there's much to do, but let me tell you, there's a lot of things that multiplayer has to offer. Multiplayer offers daily and weekly rewards, Sicarius ability cards, and unlimited gameplay. Now, all of that includes 100 match kite, upgrade materials, skill seeds, elixirs, Phoenix Down, plenty of other rewards, ability cards, the times 15 skill seed multiplier, and unlimited gameplay, which is way more than you could ever ask for. When we're talking about the ability cards that multiplayer offers, they are much better than the ability cards that you can get from the ability shop, which blew my mind when I first heard of it, hearing that my Ares 5-star fully maxed out wasn't worth anything compared to the Ifrit fully maxed out. I was poof. And hearing that Shiva also beats any other single target water card, I was just amazed. So make sure that you go ahead and you grab those and keep growing them from the start because, well, they work.
Well fought! Yes!
Now we're looking at roles. Attackers attack, defenders defend, supports support, and breakers break. I know, insane, right? So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the roles, we're looking up at the upper left corner of your job card. You will see either a sword that looks like it's breaking through something, a shield, or a heart. Now those mean attack, break, defend, and support. That is all those mean. Now, what goes behind those when you're actually looking really under them, they all have separate passives. In multiplayer, they will have passives that show a 50% increase in a certain thing. So attackers will have a 50% increase in attack damage. A breaker will have a 50% increase in break damage or break power. A defender will have a 50% increase in defense, and then a healer or support will actually not have a 50% increase, but will have a 1 extra action in each turn, which is actually fairly good. They will also have an increased chance to draw life orbs. Now, in addition to these 50% increases that the breaker, the attacker, and the defender will all have, they will also have passives that will increase other things. The breaker and the attacker both have passives that will allow them to increase their teammates' break gauge. Now, the attacker uses abilities to do so, while the breaker uses basic attacks to do that in sort of a different way. Now, the defender has one of the more unique passives out of all four. He will actually use his passive to resist and then bring that resist onto the rest of his party members. So if, say, he has a full case of fire orbs and then he resists with fire, his whole team will receive a 5 stacked fire orb resist, or fire resist. We don't really know how to word that, but you get the deal. He will also do the same with life orbs. If you were to get 4 life orbs, he would actually use it and then heal the rest of his team for usually about maybe 1/3 of their whole health pool, which is pretty good. So as much as I like to say that Defender is really just the most useful yet boring class, he is so necessary. Now supports, on the other hand, they're just like Defenders with their second passive, but instead of resisting or using life orbs to like resist, they would actually use their ability cards. Their support cards will actually activate their abilities on other teammates. So say you have haste or barrier or wall. If you were to use that on a support class or a support role, job, whatever, then that ability actually activates, or that boon or whatever will actually activate on all of your other teammates, which is very good. Usually, well actually I'm pretty sure 100% of the time, other than times where you would like to chain so you could one-shot something, and also I'll speak about that later, but you would usually have 4 pink cards, 4 support cards that would just heal and activate boons.
Bye. Wait! Don't leave us alone!
Now, you may be wondering what that little number on the top left of your ability is when you use it in multiplayer. That is called chaining. Chaining occurs when 2 or more people on your team actually use the same elemental type of ability at the same turn. So say I use my Ares card, and then everybody else on my team uses a debarrier card, like the defender uses the barrier card, the healer uses some fire attack, and then the breaker uses some fire attack. If we're all doing that, we will get a 4 chain, and there's sort of an unknown percentage of how much damage is increased because of the chain, but we all know that it does bring your damage up by a lot. I'll assume that it's above 40%.
Off they go to die.
Now, for the sake of the length of this video, I'm going to cut it short here. I know I said I was going to do advanced and all that in one video, but I sort of realized that even though I was studying up and even though I was asking around, I am not the person to ask if you would like to know about attackers, breakers, or supports. For a defender, I can tell you everything from A to Z. I could tell you when you should use your abilities, when you should use your ultimate, when you should go ahead and not use anything, when you should just attack once and then stand, etc, etc. But if I were to do every other job, I would be giving half-assed information. So this is where I'm going to ask you guys. Anybody out there who's got 8-star and, you know, all their cards maxed out, they played 3-star, they're very experienced, and they want to share some wisdom like I've been sharing in the past 2 videos, well, including this one, go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I'm on the Discord, I'm on my Discord, I'm on Reddit. You know, you can comment on the post, comment on the video, etc, etc. But I don't want to be giving information that I'm not 100% sure about, because I've seen things and I can tell you how other people play from my perspective, but hands-on, never have been a healer, never have been an attacker, never have been a breaker, except on like Onion Night. So if anybody would like to do that, help me out. As I said, hit me up. And guys, if you're new, do not forget that you have got this. You don't be afraid, don't be scared, don't feel bad about messing up a little bit here and there. It's seriously a learning process. Make sure it's your stamina and you're not ruining someone else's party. But yeah, don't worry about it. You got this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to join my social media if you want to actually see me there. If you want any live training sessions, I'm definitely down for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace. A Boingo production.